your SERPs ranking rise if you focus and raise your local map pack ranking?
So all of our SEO packages, we focus on both. So your GMB should mirror your website. What does that mean? Every service you ever do, if you have 30 services, and most people say, well, I only do junk removal. No, if you look it up on Google, junk removal is like a lot. It's not just junk removal. Junk removal, clean outs, construction clean out, demolition clean out. I mean, we can go on and on. Furniture removal, hot tub removal, curbside removal, keep going. Because Google has all those, and you need pages for every single one of them. And I have every single one of my clients, when they come to me from junk removal, we restructure their entire website. Add any page they don't have. I give them almost 1 million words of content, which consists of pages and blogs and supporting structure and facts and all that. Because all that's going to affect your rankings will be affected. If you have a service that's on your website, it needs to be on your GMB listed as a service and a product. And then those need to be tied back to the pages on the website. They should mirror each other. And when you do that, what's going to wind up happening is your rankings, whenever I'm working on organic, and as my organic rankings start rising, guess what else is going to happen? GMB is going to start rising. Now, what's going to affect your GMB more is the same thing, even with organic. Both are affected by what's called, if you will, engagement, or most people call it traffic. Engagement being, how are you interacting with the Google My Business or Google Business Profile listing? Are you getting driving directions? Are they clicking on the posts? Are they liking the posts? Are they sharing the posts? Are they going from a point of interest to your GMB? There's all types of hacks and stuff we use with every one of our clients, but all of that affects both the website in organic and it affects the GMB.
Wow, it's a lot to take in right here. Okay, so now for you guys to handle all this for you, for somebody, like what is your monthly, what do you charge monthly to do all this?
So the most expensive package I have is premium, which is guaranteed rankings within 3 months. And I know people in the SEO world will say, well, if they're guaranteeing, that's a red flag and you should run away from them, blah, blah, blah. And I would tell you, if you're a professional junk removal, I should be able to tell you, for example, hey, I have a 1-bedroom. It's this big. Send a picture of it. How much will it be? I guarantee, generally speaking, you're going to be able to tell me how much it's going to cost, correct? If I come to you and I say, give you all that information, you say, well, I need to see it. I need to come there, or I don't know. You're probably not a pro. You probably haven't been doing it that long, and you probably don't know what the hell you're doing. So for me, for example, when I come to an SEO and I say, here's my keyword, here's my city, here's everything I've done, here's everything I haven't done, and you cannot guarantee me to be in the top 3 within a certain amount of time, you do not know what you're doing. I've been doing it for 20-something years. I can tell you generally how long something's going to take. If someone drops out of the rankings, well, let's look and let's figure out why, and I can tell you why. But generally speaking, it's like, even when I'm auditing websites, well, they don't even have basic schema done. Why is schema important? Well, schema ties everything together. Are you posting on social media? Do you have your socials put in your GMB? Are you posting on a regular basis? You have your on-page technical and all this other stuff done. So most of the time they don't. But our packages, that's for guaranteed. And what happens? What does a guarantee mean? If you're not ranking in the top 3 after 3 months, I pause your charges and don't charge you and work for free until you are. I mean, that's an actual fucking guarantee. It's not me going, oh, I guarantee you be in the top 3, and then once 3 months comes by, I just keep charging you. That's not a guarantee. That's a scam. Okay. Now if you will, the next package down, which is still guaranteed, is the advanced, which is only $8.50 a month. Everything else below that is intermediate and basic and starter, none of which is guaranteed. But I got packages anywhere from $250 to $1,100.
And now, where's the best place for people to hit you up if they're interested in those services?
Just go to rankfortress.com. Either rankfortress.com, or they can always message me on Facebook. at rankfortress.com, they can book a call. But if they go to me, find me on Facebook and message me, I'll generally respond, first thing.
Now, what's your process to rank #1 on your local map pack? Let me give you an example for like a real tough one, like junk removal in Los Angeles. How would you approach that? And would you be able to give that guarantee of 3 months with even being like Los Angeles, where it's really a tough market to crack?
Do I have, let me look real quick. Because, see, the other thing different about me, I only take one person at a time, depending on where they're at. So, like, I got someone right now in San Diego. I already have someone in Vegas. I don't have anyone in Los Angeles, but for instance, Vegas is a really hard one. And we already have him at 76% visibility, and he's already in the top 3. And without the location, he's in the top 5 already. And I can give you real life examples and stuff. But this is, for example, Hot Mess. He's in the top 3. And he's been with me for about 2 months now. So, but that's in Vegas. Vegas is a tough niche.
But like, so if you did get somebody in LA, you would be confident enough to say that you would be in the top 3 in 3 months?
Yeah, and same thing with like Miami. The only one that I would say is a little bit I have to see the actual website usually. It's like I don't have people in New York.
Okay.
Atlanta.
It's saturated over there.
Yeah, New York is going to be really tough. I generally would want to look at it, but generally speaking, like Atlanta, Miami, Vegas, not a problem. Wow. Seattle, not a problem.
I gotta say, bro, I am very impressed with the confidence and how you're making these guarantees. I've never heard that before.
I'll give you another one for example, and this can't always be done, so stipulate this. But for example, another niche I used to be involved in is truck removal. Truck removal. Moving with truck moving and stuff like that. And the niche and area we were in is Broward County.
Oh, I know Broward very well. I used to live over there.
So that's down in Miami, right?
Yep.
So we did a 40-mile, not 1 mile, 40-mile radius ranking in the top 3 for moving.
Wow. That's up in Fort Lauderdale and all
that's that. That's in fucking Miami. It wasn't like we were ranking in Broward, but then when we expanded the map, it took over the entire south part of Florida. It's impressive. That took me about a year to do, but it's still what we try to do is like when you look at the geogrids, and if you've ever gotten geogrids and you see thank you, Drew. But if you've ever seen the geogrids, and for instance, the geogrids are small and they're like this big. Well, what I always want to do is I want to start out in that one little 1 mile area, right? And try to get that to be green. Once that's green, then I expand. And I keep expanding and expanding. 1 mile radius doesn't mean 1 mile either. Most people think, oh, it's just 1 mile from one point to one point.
That's it's one around you.
Radius.
Yeah.
Now, then once I get 1 mile radius, which covers a lot of area, then I go to 2 miles, then 3 miles, 5 miles. We have a guy right now, a couple that we're working on in junk removal that we already have them, like that guy. We already have them in a 1 mile radius. So what's the next step? We're going to take them to 3 miles. Nice. By 3 miles, people usually, well, what do you do if you're ranking in the top 2 mile radius, 3 mile radius? Well, now you should be making plenty of money, and you should maybe start thinking about getting more trucks and opening up other locations. If you open up another location, then you get another GMB. Maybe it's in the same state in a different city. And then, then you're expanding and you're thinking more along the lines of a business owner instead of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur, when you're first starting out in junk removal, is I'm just like, even with me with SEO, I was just thinking, I wasn't trying to start a business and blow up and get fucking 80 something employees. I was just I need some fucking money. This is right before COVID. COVID destroyed our laundry shop and everything else. Thank God we started the agency. But the thing is, when you first start, you're not thinking of business. You're thinking of make some money to feed my family. And then as you become successful and you're ranking, then you go, now, how can I open up other locations? How can I expand? How can I get more, if you will, put eggs in different baskets instead of one basket? For instance, if you have one location, And this is another reason why you don't want to just focus on GMB and you don't want to just focus on ads. It's because what if Google smacks your GMB and suspends it? And all your business was on that. You're not in organic. Now you're fucked. You have no business.
Wow.
And I've seen that happen time and time again with people where they get their GMB suspended. And it's not like they just lost a couple of $100. I've had people where they've lost 50,000 a month.
Wow.
You know, you're talking about an actual business, and they're not an organic. And then they come to me for help and stuff. So that's why I always want to do organic, and I always want to do local, and I always want to do the voice and podcasts, and I want to do social media, and I want to do all these different aspects of marketing. So SEO for me is about branding. It's not in its own other category. Like your logo, okay? Forget about it. So now everybody's it's like, you know, now every time anybody hears it, I'm thinking of Paul.
That's it. There you go.
You know, and the colors, it's the American, red, white, and blue. You know, you're having a big Papa Pump. Every time, and no one else is going to be able to do that because that's your brand. So even your website should reflect that. Your GMB should reflect that. Everything you do needs to reflect that because you're creating an entity. An entity is, think of it this way in SEO, because SEOs, we use these terms. An entity basically means who's the number one motherfucker doing junk removal in Los Angeles. That's forget about it. So no one else can come in Los Angeles and try to do junk removal, because every time Google thinks of junk removal in Los Angeles, they think of you.
I love it.
Because of your branding and because of your backlinks, your SEO, your marketing in ads, your marketing in local. That means the signs you're putting up, the yard signs you're putting up, the ads you're putting out. Everything you're doing is a part of SEO. And people would, well, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All SEO is branding and getting your name out. If you look up, go into SEMrush and look up any domain. Just look up any domain, and it's going to tell you how many of the keywords are branded keywords and branded traffic. And generally, it's over 80% of most keywords and traffic are from your brand, not from, if you will, junk removal. Be like, forget about it in Los Angeles. Or your, you know, brand is, for instance, a brand, think of branded traffic is your business name plus keyword. Your business name plus a city, your business name plus your address, your business name plus your phone number, your business name versus this other company. Affordable junk removal in Los Angeles. Stuff all those things with your brand name.
So you're speaking my language right now, and I didn't even know I knew anything about SEO. And my first brand was Paul Italia himself. You know, that was me and getting into modeling. And when I seen what I did with that, as far as, you know, having 20, 30 pages when you Google search anything Paul Italia, and there is another Paul Italia around, and, you know, he was out there and on the web, and now you can't find him. You got to go through 30 pages to find him. So from doing that and being on so many different social media platforms, consistently posting for so many years, you know, now I'm into junk removal, and I'm now looking at some of the stuff I did. I'm like, oh, that's why I'm doing good. Now I'm connecting all the dots.
Now, what's going to happen when you start doing this? This is the part that most people is like, I tell people all the time, and you probably already know this, you're a big boy, you can handle it, but YouTube, the moment you start putting yourself out there, this is the other reason why a lot of people don't do it. The moment you start putting yourself out there, the moment you start doing social media, the moment you start dominating, everybody hates on you.
Oh, bro.
You forget about it. He's the dumb mother.
Brother, I lived it. I took over the whole world in arm wrestling. I became the #1 promoter. They would call me Dana White of arm wrestling across the world, and I did this in a matter of 1 year, bro. The whole world, like every other promoter, was at war with me. I had haters. I had troll armies. I mean, the first year was just them going to war with me. Then they realized, yo, we're gonna jump on with this guy, and then all my enemies put out the white flag.
When I first started my YouTube channel, I thought, you know, because I was just a no-name SEO guy, and then I said, well, let me start helping people. I was in a group and then started helping people, and people actually need to know about SEO, business owners. And so I started teaching them, and then all the hate came. And I thought, surely this will go away after, a year. Well, we're 6 years later, and they're still as strong as ever. So
You know what I love about it, bro? They light a fire on us, and it makes us, those days that you don't want to go and put it in, but then that fire is there, and it just makes you go and do that.
there's a
But
post I
guys,
just posted the other day too. It said, people need to be careful whom they pick a fight with, because some of us
was
like to
like the
fight.
fight. I saw that, bro. I saw that. And that was one of the comments I was talking about earlier. But
Yeah.
guys, if you're listening to this is gold here. I hope you guys are really taking notes here. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. Get over to Rank Fortress. Go check him out over there. He's doing big things.